Hi, in this presentation you will learn about how to draw a break-even diagram. Basically, there are 7 steps to this, and the information required are fixed costs, variable costs, and price. The first step is basically all about extracting the data required from the question or text. This again is fixed cost, variable cost, and price. What can lead to difficulties is the decision whether a cost is fixed or variable, and for this you need to look at the units. If it says per unit, or there's an indication in the style of per number made or sold, it's usually a variable cost. If there's an indication of per unit time, as per month or per year, it is a fixed cost. To make this all a bit clearer, we're going to look at an example. Let's imagine the fixed cost we got from our data was $480,000 per month, the variable cost $60 per unit, and the price $120 per unit. The next step is all about calculating the BEQ, the break-even quantity. This will make the rest of the calculations a lot simpler and the drawing easy and exact. What you really need to remember is that the BEQ, the break-even quantity, is fixed cost over price minus variable cost. All you need to do is insert the correct numbers from our example into this formula to get the break-even quantity. In our example, the break-even quantity would therefore be $8,000. The third step in drawing a break-even diagram is fixing the x-axis, which shows the capacity. If you are given a maximum capacity, you need to use that figure. If not, simply double the break-even quantity and you're going to get a good value. Now you need to sketch that information. In our example, we're not given a maximum capacity, so we just double our break-even quantity, which is $8,000, to get $16,000 of maximum capacity. Then we simply draw a vertical line at 16,000. Now we need to fix the y-axis, which shows revenue and cost. To find the maximum revenue, all we need to do is multiply the price per unit with the maximum possible sales. In our example, this would be 120 for the price per unit times 16,000 for the maximum possible sales. This gives you $1.92 million of maximum revenue. We draw this into our diagram in a horizontal line. In a fifth step, we need to plot the total revenue. This is fairly simple as it passes through the origin and the point where maximum revenue and maximum capacity meet. Now the fixed cost needs to be added to the diagram. This needs to be marked on the y-axis. In our example, the fixed cost is $480,000, so we mark this on the y-axis. In a seventh and last step, we need to add the total cost line. This crosses the total revenue line at the break-even quantity and starts at the fixed cost at output 0. Et voilà! Here comes your perfect break-even diagram. Do you still remember all the steps? In case you don't, here comes a little summary for you. In the first step, you need to extract the data required, which is fixed cost, variable cost, and price. In the next step, the BEQ needs to be calculated. This is the break-even quantity. The formula for this calculation is fixed cost divided by price minus variable cost. In the third step, you need to sketch the maximum capacity on the x-axis. If you're given a value, then you need to use that figure. If you're not, just double the break-even quantity you calculated before. In step number 4, it is necessary to sketch the maximum revenue on the y-axis. The maximum revenue is the price per unit times the maximum possible sales. In the next step, you simply need to plot the total revenue. This is easy as it passes through the origin and the point where maximum revenue and maximum capacity meet. In a sixth step, the fixed cost point needs to be plotted on the y-axis. And at last, you simply need to add the total cost line. Where the total cost line and the total revenue line cross, there is the break-even point. The diagram on the slide illustrates this quite nicely. I hope you enjoyed this presentation and thanks for listening.